Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jag, and in today's class we're going to continue with our math 5-6 content. What we're covering today is going to be the area of a parallelogram. Alright, with that, let's get started. Alright, so we are here back at our whiteboard. This is math 5-6, the area of a parallelogram. Okay, so first off, this is the actual formula for the parallelogram. The area is equal to the base times height. Okay, so just like this. So for those of you who are wondering what the parallelogram looks like, let's draw it out on the side here. It looks something like this, okay? The opposite sides of a parallelogram are actually parallel to each other. And how you indicate that is by drawing these two arrows. And these two opposite sides, they're also parallel to each other, okay? So I'm going to draw two arrows just to distinguish them. However, not only are both of the opposite sides parallel to each other, they're also equal in length. How you show that is by drawing one line like this. And these two opposite sides, I'm going to draw two lines to show that both of these sides are also equal in length. All right? So let's try applying the area of the formula and the area of this parallelogram. So let's try this example. So I have 9.3 centimeters. Okay, and this is actually the height, okay? The height is 4 centimeters. So I want everyone to just look at this very carefully. Say the teacher gives you the side here, which is 3 centimeters. Sometimes students will start using the side length here, okay? But I have to note down that that is not the height of the parallelogram. We have to use the 4 centimeters in this case. Okay, so what we're going to do is plug this into our formula. So let's put the equal sign, 9.3 times 4, okay? So just like this, okay? Make sure you are just plugging it into the calculator, or you can actually just carry out the actual multiplication. And we're getting 37.2 centimeters squared. Again, make sure you are watching the units, okay? Everything given in this example, let's put example here, okay, was in centimeters. My final answer should be in centimeters squared. Okay, are there any questions? Good, I can see that this is a very simple equation. It's almost like the equation of a triangle. Remember, for the triangle, it's the area equals base times height divided by 2. Okay, so let's try one more example here. Okay, I'm going to just take out the numbers. Okay, and let's take out the 4 as well. Okay, and I'm going to give you some different values. Let's try 12.9 centimeters. Okay, that is in the middle. 14.6 centimeters, which is at the top. Okay. Now, if you're looking over here, okay, what we notice is at 14.6, how do you know what the base of this parallelogram is? Okay, so right here, again, both of these sides are equal. So if it's 14.6 centimeters on the top, it's also 14.6 centimeters on the bottom, okay? And this is actually the height of the parallelogram, okay? Because it is in the middle, right there, okay? The height of a parallelogram has to go from the base, okay, all the way to the top of the parallelogram. So let's put this into our formula. What we're doing is base 14.6 times 12.9, okay? So now I can see that basically I have two of these decimals. I'm going to multiply them together, okay? And we are getting 188.34 centimeters squared. Okay, if you do have a decimal like this, okay, in most cases you should round this to one decimal place. So we're going to do 188.3 centimeters squared. Okay, and this is basically our final answer for this example that we did right here. Okay, so again, if the value is given at the top over here, okay, it's going to be the same on the bottom of the parallelogram. So I have to remember some of the characteristics of a parallelogram, okay? The opposite sides are equal, and the opposite sides are also parallel to each other, okay? Good, so with that, let's try a different example here, okay? What we're gonna do this time, so I'm gonna take this off, is I'm going to give you the area, okay, of this triangle, or I mean this parallelogram. excuse me. And I'm going to give you either the base or the height, and we're going to solve for the other variable, okay? So say the area is 10.8 meters squared, okay? And I'm given the base. Let's do the base as 5.4 meters squared, okay? And what we're looking for is going to be the height. Okay, so don't get confused here. We're still going to use the same equation. I'm going to plug it into my equation. So the height area is 10.8, which is this one, okay? The base is given to me as well. The base is 5.4. And I'm actually just looking for the height. So this is my equation so far. We have to isolate for h, okay? What we're going to do is divide by 5.4, okay, on both sides of the equation. And the reason we're doing this is so the 5.4 cancels out. Okay, and what I'm doing here is 10.8 divided by 5.4 on my calculator. And I notice that h is equal to 2 meters. Okay, so again, in the question here as well, oh, we'll just take that out. Okay, the base shouldn't be meters squared, it's just meters, okay? But because the units are in meters here, when you solve for the height should also be in meters. All right, are there any questions here? Good, let's try one more example with just the area. Okay, so I'm just gonna take this off. Okay, so this time, let's try the area as 12.8 meters squared. Okay, and this time I'm going to give you the height. So the height is 6.4 meters. Okay, and what we're looking for is going to be the base. So again, no, there shouldn't be any confusion at this rate. Okay, I'm going to plug it back into my formula. The area is given to me. The area is 12.8. Okay, this time I'm looking for the base. Okay, so instead of writing any value here, I'm just going to put b. And the height is also given to me. The height is 6.4 meters. Okay, and so again, I'm solving for the base. What I want to do is just divide both sides by 6.4. Okay, anytime you're wondering what you need to divide by, okay, just look at the number that you want canceled out. In this case, I want the b by itself, so I'm going to circle it. Okay, I want to get rid of the 6.4. That's why I'm dividing it by 6.4 on both sides. Okay, and again, I'm going to put this into my calculator. So we're doing 12.8 divided by 6.4. And I notice b is equal to 2 meters. Okay, so it's just like this. So again, I'm just given some values here. The area is given to me as well as the height. I plugged it into this formula for the area of a parallelogram. Okay, I tried to cancel out whatever I needed to because I was only looking for the base here. So I divided both sides by 6.4. I noticed it canceled out. Okay, and when you do 12.8 here divided by 6.4, my answer was 2 meters. Okay, now what about if I wasn't sure if this was the actual answer? Okay, so what we're going to try now is going to be just a check. Okay, so let's write it over here. I'm going to check my answer. Anytime you check your answer, you're going to take whatever you got as your final answer. So we got b equals 2. You're going to plug it back into the original equation. Okay, so the equation of the parallelogram is base times height. Okay, and the base we got was 2. So we're going to do 2 times 6.4. Okay, and you can actually multiply this out, okay, on your own. And you notice when you do that, we're getting 12.8 meters squared. Okay, and again, it's really important that you are looking at the units, okay? So I heard a lot of teachers taking off marks in terms of the units, okay? So be very particular. Meters and centimeters are being used very frequently, okay? So make sure you're not interchanging them. So as you notice here in our check, we got the area as 12.8 meters squared, okay? Which is basically the original area that was given to me in the question, okay? And that's how I know that my base is actually 2 meters. I checked my answer, and I know with 100% certainty that I have the right answer here, okay, with the 2 meters. All right, so that looks good, okay? So make sure you're always checking all of your answers, and you have that 100% certainty that you have the correct answer, especially on a test or a quiz. All right? All right, so that looks good. And if there are no questions, that does bring this video to an end. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you do like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see everyone in the next video. Thanks, bye.